All right. Let's see. I am never the usual host. This is the last hangout of the year. And joining us, we have Eric Z. We got Mike. You could say hello,
Oh,
motherfucker.
hi. So I don't know if we're supposed to say hello or not.
And we got Nate.
Hey. Evening. He's bad at this.
All right. So now I thought it would be fun. We're still in the the season here, but Christmas movies. What did everybody watch this week?
Die Hard.
The Jim Carrey Grinch way too many times because of my kids.
I've never seen that.
It's pretty awful.
It's pretty
Although I
awful,
did
but it
enjoy
also
the.
makes you love Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I do like a side story about him having to have people come in and teach him how to be tortured because of the prosthetics he had to wear. What did we watch? So the kids didn't watch much. I mean, they watched. They're only 8 and 11. I watched Gremlins to see if I could let them watch that yet, but Alice is a yes and Benjamin's a maybe. But they haven't watched it yet. When they get back from parental vacation, I'll make them sit down and watch it probably.
I can't wait to hear about this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Are they making a new Gremlins movie? Speaking of which,
Probably.
Yeah, it's been on the list apparently at Warner Brothers, but with Netflix picking them up potentially, we'll see.
I watched with my wife. I watched a bunch of trash Christmas movies on Netflix.
Just generic stuff like
just like literally the most generic of generic Hallmark story.
Hallmark. Yeah.
Like it was literally the one was the girl came back to town after being away for a long time, and she bumped into the guy with the Christmas tree farm, and that was literally one of the kinds of storylines they made fun of on Instagram, and it was a whole thing. And then the other one was the mom wanted to pay for skateboarding lessons for her daughter, so she got a job as Santa Claus at the resort. And no one knew it was her, and it was a whole thing. Like, who's the Santa Claus? And it's like, why is it a secret? Like, what are you doing? Didn't make any sense till the end, and even then, it didn't make any sense.
See this one. This is Planes, Trains, Automobiles. That's Thanksgiving movie. Not a bad movie though. Still a good choice.
Movie.
Still a good choice. What we got? Black Christmas, Bloody Christmas. What is 8 Christmas? Christmas Vacation, Gremlins 1 and 2, Deck the Halls. What did I watch yesterday? Dude, I know I did Home Alone 2, and my brain's already fried from why. Oh, Bad Santa.
That's a good one.
That one's every year. I do the director's cut now. It's slightly shorter version of the movie, but it's and there's some alternate takes and scenes, and like it starts and ends different, and it has a bit of a darker tone. Like some of the feel good moments that are in that movie are not there. Like this, it's a much more depressing movie, but I think it works to the movie's.
The real thing you have to ask yourself is Granny Spry. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's funny. Beth and I were talking with the kids, trying to decide on, because when growing up, we would always go to my aunt's house, right? And Christmas Eve, we'd always watch Star Wars. Would always be on TV, right? Yeah. One of the three, and it didn't matter which one. They would just rotate through. And so we're like, oh, we don't go there anymore. But we're like, oh, we should have on Christmas Eve. We didn't do it this year, but we were gonna we have to pick a movie. And we're thinking, not sure what to pick. It might end up being some of the Harry Potter stuff because Alice still is into that, or she's really into Percy Jackson right now, so we may have to work through that. But it can't necessarily be Christmas related. But yeah, we're trying to think of a fun rotation of movies to put on for Christmas Eve with the kids. Harry Potter's in the lead right now, but we'll see.
I don't know how that always gets associated with being a Christmas movie.
They were releasing the movies around that time of year.
Yeah, that too.
I guess. I mean, in that regards, then Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie because they leave the Shire on December 25th.
Yeah,
that made the list too, but we tried watching that probably a year ago, maybe a little less, and Alice was terrified of Gandalf, and
Really?
Yeah, because he's a little spooky in the beginning of the movie.
It sounds familiar. You telling me this? Like he's intense when he's questioning him about
Correct.
the ring and all that.
And we made it to like the ring wraiths, and that was the end of it. Both kids checked
they're
out.
actually pretty scary.
Yeah. But I just thought it was funny that her big thing was like, I don't like Gandalf. He's a bad guy. I'm like, no, he's not.
He's literally like, yeah, it's like he's.
Wait, what is this Boxing Day? What makes it a Boxing Day movie?
Isn't Boxing Day the day after Christmas?
Yeah.
Yes. So you put all your shit back in a box and put it up.
Kids' toys are all spread over the living room still because they're not here.
Oh god, dude! This year was the first year our son was like really, really into Santa.
Yeah.
And just the conversation of no, you can't have all your toys out right now, and how that just doesn't work. I went to go use the bathroom today. My kids are giving themselves tattoos with markers. Like, this is great.
Yeah, Beth, my wife, Beth was very downtrodden this year because both kids are they're not aging out of Santa, but like neither kid believes anymore. So my son got in trouble this year for telling kids on the bus and making them cry that Santa wasn't real, the Easter Bunny wasn't real. Like, he got in a lot of trouble. I was like,
That's pretty great.
Yeah. He's like, I'm smart. I don't believe in that. I'm like, you don't tell other kids. Like, we get it, right? And but fallout from that is the kids used to like wake up and run around and look for we did the elves every year, right? And they would always get a kick out of it. And this year Beth was kind of sad because neither kid paid it more than like a passing glance. They're like, okay, and then they just go about their morning, and she's just like, oh. she's still excited about Christmas. So yeah, the kids were just growing up a little too fast for her this year. She wasn't happy about it.
Understandable.
Yeah, we've had some fun elf stories over the years though. My favorite is still when the dog chewed one in half. We had to hide it was like a plastic head, and the dog like cracked it in half. So we like wrapped the elf's head up in bandages and had just the back half of the elf sticking out of the cupboard, and just for like 5 days till the next elf came. And they were like, oh look, it got
Couldn't you just get a second one and have a Highlander situation? There can only be one.
Basically, we're like, oh, your other elf went back and this one's here to visit. And yeah, we told her this year what happened to the other one. She's like, what? We showed her pictures. It was really funny. It was destroyed. Yeah. Oh yeah. We
Photographic evidence.
Yeah.
So who was the culprit there? Is that a Ronan?
Ronan.
Or Layla?
Ronan was a puppy, and he just so that Ronan he destroyed maybe like 150, 200 kids' toys. And then we'd just find him in the backyard all chewed up. I only ever caught him taking one time. And there was still 150 toys strewn in the yard destroyed. And that elf was one of the destruction that we managed to document and find. It's pretty funny. Yes, the kids have lost their Christmas spirit.
Oh, hopefully.
I'm trying to mute my mic when I'm coughing. I'm getting over a cold. I apologize.
Oh, me too. Visiting family is just a germ fest lately.
Mine's just working in education. Yeah. I'm always sick the first week of Christmas break.
Yeah, there's been that nasty cough going around.
I was shocked how cheap I got used gaming PCs for though on eBay and Facebook Marketplace.
Especially with RAM prices going up. Oh God!
I still got everything. They're older. They're older rigs, but I still got them for like $300-400.
I don't know, man. Even on older rigs, I think RAM and GPU issues are going to cause prices to skyrocket again.
Yeah, they will.
Well, NVIDIA said that they're going to stop making graphic boards.
They're going to reduce their output on like normal gaming PC graphics boards by 30% next year. I think that's what they said. They're going to start moving more into stuff needed for AI infrastructure for data centers.
I think it was Asus that just stepped up and said they were going to start making RAM though.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they see a void and they're like, "Oh, we can do that."
Right
away. No, somebody should.
Yeah, they said they're going to ramp up video cards. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but they did say they were going to start making RAM, which would be nice.
I don't know, my soul died when EVGA stopped making video cards. I was like, no.
Huh.
Didn't even know they did that.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a video card in like 5-6 years now.
Dude, my computer is easily 8 years old and still going. I've got a 1070 Ti that I'm pretty sure is going to catch on fire at some point because it's so old.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I had to look in my like I just opened it up real quick because you said EVGA. I was like, I didn't even know they stopped making them, but that's what's in there. It's a 1660.
I think they stopped. NVIDIA pulled some shit with their partners on the 50 series, and EVGA just said, screw it, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Well, if nothing though, at least this computer's still been running like a champ. I have no issues, but I'm not doing anything ridiculous with it. Like I haven't done games on here in a long time. Like what I was just telling you, it's a couple of years now since even messing around in the WoW.
I'm playing right now.
Nope.
Yeah, I had to try to find something. I had to get RTX cards at least for the kids because they come down and they see me play. We're all on Minecraft Realms together, or whatever. And they're like, "Oh, how do you have reflections turned on? It's so cool. I want hyper." I'm like, "Shit." So I was like, "There's a $200 adder to try to find an RTX card." We found some, but they're a 20 series, so they're not. We can update them eventually if we need to, but this should be fine for a while.
Yeah. What's up, B?
Yo, give me a minute.
Okay.
Where is?
What the hell?
So outside of the gaming stuff, kids get anything else good? Like you surprise them with anything else big, or was that kind of the?
Ben got electronic drum set. It has like MIDI plugs and headphone plugs, so we don't have to listen to it. So it's not like it's essentially like a keyboard, but we hit it with sticks.
Gotcha.
And then they both got gaming PCs. Alice got they draw on their tablets. They have Samsung tablets, so she does a lot of art and animation. And so I gave her my large draw on screen. I'm forgetting the brand off the top of my head, but that's for art stuff on her PC. I'm not sure it's going to be better than her tablet, but it's bigger. So she can get used to the kind of spacing and distance for the pen versus like the tablet. So the tablet has a really like thin distance between the pen tip and what you're drawing. The screen's got a bigger one, so she can get used to that. She should be fine. But she's using like stuff like Krita and some free art programs to kind of draw and animate. She's having fun.
So like you like basically it's like all like electronic based gifts more or less.
The big stuff. I mean, they still have like well, it's for Ben it's not. So we also got, so again, they're both big into Minecraft. Alice is into it via Hermitcraft and Life SMP, and she's watching all that stuff. And Ben's in it from watching just random streamers play, and then he plays. But they both got those little, like, they make magnetic blocks. They're made in China or whatever, but they're little magnetic blocks that snap together and have texture packs of like Minecraft stuff on them.
I was talking about.
And they both got 500 pack sets of those to play with. And then Ben got a bunch of Hot Wheels stuff and some neat track stuff that he can, like, you know, a 15-foot roll-outable Hot Wheels track that he can just send down the stairs.
Oh,
some of that stuff.
okay. Yeah. So like I was asking because like there's the general transition. Like a lot of kids, they don't play with like traditional toys so much anymore. So I was curious, you know, about that ratio or like.
Yeah. So Alice is beyond that. Alice got a lot of art stuff. You know, toys, it doesn't go past more anything building stuff. She'll do a little bit of building toy related stuff, but then it's mostly just, you know, it's sweatshirts with Life series on, or it's you know, references to the show she watches in clothing. She's preteen, so she's moved on from she still collects stuff. She's still in that kind of genre, but she's not in the playing with toys really. And she did get a cell phone this year, which is a big shift. She needed it because she was doing clubs and stuff after school. We're like, fine, you know, if she misses the club or she misses the bus, it was like, where is she? How do we get her? You know, having to figure all that stuff out. So, like, all right, here you go, cell phone.
So she's beyond the Monster High, the Barbie, the LOL dolls, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty down the road.
Yeah, my daughter's only 8, so she's still...
another year.
Yeah,
There
was a lot less of it under the tree this year than normal years. Gravitated more to clothes, sketchbook, markers, because she likes to sit there and start to draw. She's doing all that other stuff, so she's a real little girl.
We surprised our kids this year. We haven't gone on a family vacation since my sister got married like 7 years ago. So we've been saving up, and we told them that we're going to Disney in July.
Ooh.
And that
was
nice.
Nice.
Big. That was also probably significantly outside of buying a car, the most expensive thing that I've done in a long ass time. And I don't feel good about it yet.
Oh my god. That you can even compare it to buying a car is ridiculous.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
I found
I haven't had too much of an itch to get down there myself again. Like look, I really wanted to go see the Galaxy's Edge at Disney, but Star Wars has kind of done me dirty to the point of absolute disinterest, really, at this point.
Well, see, and we have an issue. It's actually cheaper for us to go now because our daughter's under 3, still by next year. And my son's at the right age where he's really going to... I'm going to get some water so my voice doesn't sound so scratchy, but my son's at the right age where he's just all in it.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I saw this thing going around the internet saying that it's cheaper to buy tickets, fly to Tokyo, and go to Disney out there than it is to do Florida.
My sister's going to Tokyo next 2 years. The reason why is the Japanese government owns Disney World there, so they subsidize the prices.
Oh.
Okay, then.
Right. Interesting.
Makes more sense now.
Yeah. Maybe it is true.
So wait, Esteban, what's your question? Are you asking about which, like flying to Japan is cheaper than both of these, or where he was
where
going?
He's going, I think.
I think it's Disney World, because Disney World, I think, is still the most expensive out of all of them.
Personally, I like Universal better than Disney.
As an adult, I would agree with you.
Yeah. I like both sides of Universal. It's just good.
But if you have girls, Disney's probably more worth it for them to go.
I have a boy and a girl, so I get screwed on both ends anyways.
Yeah. Just because Universal has Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, and Marvel.
Oh, they got Mario now too, which
oh yeah, that's right. That's the 4th park now. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Epic Universe. What is not Epic Universe?
It's Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is first year it's open. They do tickets by you got to buy 3 days, a 3-day pass, go to the other 2 parks, and then you get 1 day in the new park. We were going to do it this fall, but it didn't work out. That is also crazy expensive.
I'm gonna share this real quick.
The elf pictures.
Yeah. So Nate sent me a picture of this is the elf's head.
Oh,
that's the dog in question.
With the culprit, yeah.
He doesn't look guilty at all.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking photo.
He's a good dog.
And like how you wrapped it up.
That's why we were waiting for the next elf to arrive in shipping.
That's really great.
Yeah, the other picture we did was just the elf's butt sticking out of the cupboard, like he's in the cupboard trying to get something up where she couldn't reach.
So, Mike, when you're going down to Disney, which parks are you doing?
So We are going to do Magic Kingdom. We'll do MGM. I think it's called MGM now, right? It's not Hollywood Studios. It's just MGM.
No, it's
No.
Hollywood
Is it
Studios.
like
That's how
It used to
it went
be
the other way.
MGM.
Hollywood Studios.
Yeah,
Okay,
MGM was
okay,
the old
Hollywood
name.
Studios. We'll do Epcot, and then my parents will watch because they're going with us. My parents are. They'll watch the kids one night while my wife and I get a night at Epcot by ourselves, and
Okay.
then we'll figure out on the other day. But we've got 190 days to figure it out. So I have a
And
old
book your
coworker
restaurant
who's
and book your restaurants months in advance.
Oh yeah.
I have an old person I used to work with at my school who is like, I guess, a licensed Disney planner who's helped
Okay.
us set it all up. But yeah, Epcot is, I think, Crom, you know this. I don't know if you know this. My high school in New Jersey, when I lived up there,
Mhm.
went to Disney World as our senior class trip. We fundraised for it for 4 years, and yeah, it's been at least 20 years now. I feel old as shit saying that I graduated high school 20 years ago.
Don't worry,
20?
you're
That's 20?
you're definitely the youngest one on here tonight.
Oh, but that's the last time I went was 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's a lot more crowded now.
Last time I did Disney stuff, I want to say it was 2018.
Did you go with Nigel?
No. But if I do, I mean that's going to be the California stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's man. I've been needing to get out to California for a long time, but I know when I get out there, I want to go do all the fun stuff. I get it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be driving all over the fucking universe too. Definitely going to be down in LA and get over to San Luis Obispo in the Bay Area. Just back and forth. Yeah, that part doesn't sound fun, all the driving.
We're making the conscientious decision to fly because I've driven 12 and 13 hours with my young children, and I would sooner crash my car into a tree and eject myself than do that all the way to Florida. So
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did Disney in 2017, and we drove. When we drove 14 hours straight to Savannah, and then it was another 4 or 5 hours to Orlando. So yeah, I'm never doing that again. When we went to Universal in 21, we flew, and I was like, I'm never driving to Florida again. That's it. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, so my daughter is the one who's been pushing to go to Disney, right?
Okay.
She's 8. My son don't give a shit at all. He's like, I don't want to go down to Disney. What do I want to go to Disney for? Too cool, 16-year-old right now. But talking about it, he was like, we got a car. Why don't we drive? I said, what are you, nuts? We can't drive 30 minutes without the two of you bickering in the back of the car. No, we're not driving down to Florida. Yeah. I've never been to Disney. I've been to Universal twice. Never went to Disney. And this was over 20 years ago when I was like 25. I went to Florida to visit some friends twice in like a couple months span, and both times we went to Universal. Never did Disney.
I was at Universal the first year it was open.
I remember we went when we were kids because we were at Disney. I think I had to be like 7 or 8, and we decided to go to Universal for a day. And because I remember going on the backlot tour with when Bruce the Shark attacks the caravan. I remember doing all that in the ET ride. Because God, I don't think the ET ride's there anymore. I don't think the backlot tour is there anymore.
What, they replaced the ET ride with Simpsons ride?
I don't know. I don't remember what I went. I don't remember going on the Mummy ride.
I
remember doing the
Mummy ride a few years ago.
Simpsons was on the Island of Adventure side, so ET got replaced by something else on the other, like the original.
I was on the ET, like the ET ride was open the first year it was the park was open. So I remember specifically going on that. A lot of the stuff wasn't done when we were there. We actually got free lifetime tickets to go back whenever we wanted.
Maybe it's just me. Whenever I think of ET now, I can't help but think of Robot Chicken. I don't know why. It's just always embedded in my head now.
How'd this retard get back home?
Yeah, we
Ooh, you can light up one finger.
so we went on we did a cruise last summer, and for a minute we were entertaining the bright idea. Oh, one of the stops is Port Canaveral. Okay, shoot over to Disney for the day. After pricing it out and realized how much time we would have had in the park, it wasn't worth it. What it would have cost us just for that one day,
Right.
and only to have been in the park, we would have had like maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because we're on being on the cruise schedule and all that. It's like,
And honestly, like,
it's not worth it.
really, like, you only need 1 day a piece per park.
Yeah.
And
But
then
I think you need
maybe
more
an
than
extra
4 hours. I
Right,
think you
and
need
maybe-
more than 4 hours.
Right, right. And maybe a 5th day just to like go back to like if you felt like you missed something, then you can go back. But I don't know how they work that now with like how the tickets work now.
I think
We have
if you go
family
between parks, you have to get a
hopper.
park hopper pass.
Right, right.
So we do have family in Orlando. When we are going to go, we're thinking about next year. We're going to stay with them, so I'm not paying the hotels and all that nonsense. But like my son don't like amusement parks at all, so he has no desire to see any of this stuff.
Then
It's
keep
really
that-
just to get into Disney, get my daughter Disney. She's the one who wants it, right? So we'll
Right.
see if we do any other parks.
How old's your son?
16.
Yeah, I have one of those in the other room. Yeah, he don't want to do anything either.
I have one of those, yeah.
Yeah. But I still catch him playing with his Marvel figures, so he's a good kid.
Oh no,
Yes,
yeah, he's a good kid. He's just into what he's into, you know.
Right.
My son is obsessed with Spider-Man, and I broke the news to him today. I said, buddy, Spider-Man isn't in Disney World.
No.
Is it Universal? Because Universal owns Marvel in Florida. What's partnered with Marvel?
Well,
in
just
Florida,
the
I think.
comic versions of
Yeah.
just the Marvel Comics version of Spider-Man. But still, yeah, they have a whole Spider-Man ride at Universal.
Yeah.
It's
Buddy,
actually
what is-
pretty good.
If you want to see Spider-Man at Disney World, we got to go to Disneyland so we can watch the robot crash into the wall every once in a while.
I just think it's strange that if kids that don't want to go to these kind of parks or things, I would have jumped at that chance if I was asked.
It's different now, man. These kids are into. I don't know. We've had these conversations before about what it's like for kids growing up now.
Yeah.
For one, they grow up a lot quicker than we did. A lot quicker than we did.
For
In
sure.
some ways, a lot slower.
Yeah. Yes. You are. I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yes. But.
Yeah.
My 16-year-old grew up in the days of Game Changers and Henry Danger and those Nickelodeon live TV shows that they used to do.
I remember Stickly back in the day. That was my jam when I was a little kid.
And it used to be too. Like you'd go over to Nickelodeon, you can see them filming the shows too. It depends when you were going.
Salute your shorts.
I wasn't cool enough for cable growing up.
Really?
No cable. Didn't have. We had 56K till I was 2000 and 56K. We're fucking dial up. We had dial up until 2002 or 2003. Even then, it was like DSL.
Mhm.
After that, I didn't go to cable till I think I was in college.
I remember dial up.
I remember
Yeah,
playing
Q-Link. I remember
Age of
Q-Link.
I remember we had AOL online,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
and then I remember begging my parents to let me get on MSN to play Age of Empires online in the gaming lobbies.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
like I was gonna say, same thing. Like I didn't have cable until maybe junior or senior year in high school.
You mean cable internet, right?
Internet, yeah.
I didn't have cable TV until 87 or 88.
Like cable TV, we didn't get until I was 5 or 6, maybe.
Like we didn't have it in Cleveland until 87 or 88.
But it was still like only like 30 channel kind of package.
Well, then how it's come full circle now. I don't even have cable television in my house. We just stream everything.
Same, yeah.
No,
The only reason we have cable is because it's bundled with the internet, and it didn't make any sense not to get it. But the difference in price was like $20.
I'm straight internet since 2009. I haven't had cable.
I have Verizon 5G internet. It cost me $25 a month.
Verizon internet. We canceled the Verizon cable about 2.5 years ago. I do Hulu Live instead, which was a lot cheaper than what my cable was coming out to, with the cable boxes for every room, and it gives me everything that we were watching. The only thing I do miss is I'm a sports fan, and I don't get MSG with Hulu Live, so I can't watch every Knicks game. But I still get my Mets and my Giants, and the kids still have the few channels that they watch because everything else is streaming. Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max. So, and Disney Plus is part of the Hulu Live.
I am curious what's going to happen with HBO Max if the Netflix deal goes through. Are they going to unbundle from Disney at that point? Because that's going to mess with the bundle.
Oh,
I'm sure the contract lengths. I'm sure they've got it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
right. They'll just let the contract run out.
Yeah,
probably. But they had said that they weren't going to be touching the service. It was going to remain.
Yeah,
exactly. No, you're right. But
now
it's not initially. Like it's not going to get canceled right away or anything.
First of all, they should have nailed down what they're going to call it, because it used to just be HBO, then it was Max, now it's HBO Max.
Yeah, it was dumb to go to Max.
Yeah, I was like, why would you buy it if you're going to rebrand it anyways?
Some CEO thought it was a good idea.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they had a bunch of focus groups on it, and they come up with it, and someone read a book about it, and
had other people read the book.
Right.
Max sounds great.
They were consulting top men.
Every time something stupid comes down for corporate at work, I'm like, oh, they read a new book.
Yeah. I think I was just sitting here laughing because I don't think my parents ever had cable TV. So we went from over-the-air signal to DSL for internet. They had cable internet, but he never had a cable box in the house. He got like HE channels when they would still broadcast over, because we had a big giant antenna, like one of those like. You've seen it at my parents' house, right? That giant antennas on the roof that you could actually turn with a knob and it would rotate the motor and spin the thing. You could get HD channels for a little while on that, and he would just watch his 4 channels on that, and he never had cable TV. He just didn't care. Now he's got some streaming services. We give them, while we could, we gave them Disney, and we gave them Netflix, and we gave them all that stuff. But he doesn't watch a ton. Whatever he can get over free internet he takes now.
For years we had a cable box in the living room, right? But I don't know how this was done back then, but we knew a guy, our parents had a friend who can hack the cable box somehow.
Yeah. He'd
pay him $10 every month or two. Guy come over, do something, all channels, right? Until it no longer worked and they couldn't do it no more.
You ever seen Grandma's Boy?
It's called like a hot box.
Yeah.
What they used to call it.
Yes, the hot box. I know what you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes me think of Grandma's Boy when he gets his grandma the black box from Dante and goes, if Grandma gets found with that box, she's going away for 10 years.
You see, they finally found that. So when they made that movie, not to go off topic, that was a game in development that they actually
they didn't make their own game. Demonic?
Yeah, it was actually a game in development. That studio went out of business, but they just recently found someone, I forget, so and so got in contact with them, or one of the developers still had a copy of it on a hard drive somewhere or whatever, and they're actually trying to finish the game. So they actually they actually found somebody who was working on the project and was like, "Hey, that thing's almost done," and then they're getting it across the finishing line. And so I think it's for like the 20. When did that movie come out? He said 20th or 25th anniversary or something of the movie. They're going to try to release the game with it.
Nice.
I got a kick out of that.
I hate violence, but drugs are bad. This is always going to be one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, 20th anniversary next year.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah.
I think I got another gray hair hearing that.
And you're talking about when you graduated from high school. That was like 35 years ago for me. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to give people existential crises tonight. I apologize.
Oh. If you want existential crisis, look up a journalist named Annie Jacobson. She wrote a book, How the World Will End in 74 Minutes. Talk about existential crisis.
74 minutes.
Yeah, like from the first time they detect a missile launch to the end of the world, 74 minutes. It's frightening. It's like the first time I ever actually like almost hyperventilated. I was driving home from BotCon or NJCC or something like that, and I was listening to it on the radio. I'm like, I had to pull over and just like calm down. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down.
Now
I'm sitting here laughing quietly.
Jumping back a step there, you're talking about sharing all the services with your parents. Recently, I noticed a movie was missing on one of my services, the Vudu, which is Fandango at home now. So I was going through purchases trying to figure out where, like, did I have this movie? Like, am I wrong? Like, some Mandela effect shit. Eventually, I ended up determining I had a paper with a code, and it was actually still in the movie box. I just never used it, apparently. But while I was doing this, I saw like your whatever movie it was your dad like rented that time, like some bullshit no name piece of shit movie.
Yeah, I don't think he has access to that. He had it like once or twice, and then he just gets a new TV and he never goes to like put it back on.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, what are you renting this movie for? It's like,
what the fuck is this?
You rent? It's like, show me money. Gosh.
Like it's the kind of movie that makes like an asylum movie look good,
Yeah. It was really, really bad. What was that movie again? I'm gonna look.
I don't remember. I'd have to go look it up again. You know what? I'm gonna go take a look. Let me see. I'll find that. You guys keep going.
He has a very weird taste in movies. That was a very. It was definitely something that he just thought was terrible and wanted to watch it because it was terrible.
Sometimes bad movies can be fun.
That is why I select things too. Yeah.
It skipped a generation. I can't watch crap just because it's crappy. I don't know. I don't enjoy it.
I mean, I don't know. I enjoy good slapstick comedy that's really bad just because I don't know.
I don't like awkward stuff. So I think maybe that's why I just feel bad for the people who made the movie, or I just feel awkward watching them awkwardly do the movie. And it's something I don't like awkward. Like whenever you watch like those joke TV shows, like where someone's getting tricked or somebody's getting pranked and then just everything's super awkward. I tune out. I can't.
I don't watch those.
I think if there's any movie I watch that proved me that I'm just going to go to hell or I'm a bad person, one point is when I watched Dinner for Schmucks and I laughed every single time the guy's life was imploding in front of him. I was like, makes me feel terrible laughing at this, but it's funny to watch the train wreck happen, and I just realized I'm screwed.
Yeah, that's definitely the type of movie that I'm just like uncomfortable watching, and don't enjoy feeling uncomfortable.
The name of the movie, it was just called Space. That's it.
No Neil deGrasse Tyson or anything, just Space.
Yeah. Came out in 2020. For anybody that wants to look up this junk.
Must have been a real banger to come out in 2020 because I don't think there's much shit that came out that year. Or I've just blocked it from my mind. I don't know.
And speaking of junk movies, was it maybe 2 weeks ago, we watched the Double Dragons movie. That movie is shitty as fuck, and it is pure 90s filth. I love it. I had a lot of fun watching that. Me and Audrey had put that on, and we were just laughing at it. It's great. Like it was just like, very, very much a popcorn movie. Absolutely terrible. I would compare it to the Super Mario movie, but I'm somebody also. I love that movie because there's a big charm to it. It's just weird '90s silliness, and you just
Like
don't get
the
that.
old school one, like not the
Yeah,
new
obviously
one?
the old
Oh
school one.
Jesus!
Well,
With
the
like the Roy Munson looking Bowser.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, look, post-apocalyptic, weird dinosaur future place. Like that movie is weird. I like it because it's weird. It's just a strange movie. It has very little to do with it being Mario. It's a strange, weird movie. It's fun. Double Dragon movie, same thing. It's just a strange, weird movie. It has nothing to do with anything. Just slap a video game title on there.
Now I want to watch the original Ninja Turtles movie.
So one of the things we do at work is with the younger engineers, we to indoctrinate them into the group, we make them watch old movies, and so we make a list. And one of my not young anymore engineers is now like making a list for the next guy that came in.
Yeah.
And so the story goes that let me pull up the list. The story goes, I had watched, speaking of bad movies, I had watched Waterworld as a kid. Loved the movie, right?
Oh,
It was
God.
a huge watching the theaters popcorn movie. It was a big event when I went to go see it in theaters. And then it's obviously not a good movie. I had forgotten how much of a not good movie it was and made my friend watch it. Like, you gotta watch it. It's so good. Da, 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 da. It's silly, but this, that, and the other thing. And he's like, what did you he goes home and he watches it and he comes back, he's like, what did you make me watch? He goes, that was awful. He's like, that might be the worst movie ever made. I'm like,
No.
he's like, it's so long and it's so
Oh yeah, it is long.
It is long and it's just a lot of like close-ups of Costner and just like it's Dances with Wolves on Water and it's just this awful kind of like, I didn't make him watch The Postman, but it's like it's just this movie that's just, it's fun, it's a huge, you know, production, it's all this stuff, but it's just it doesn't hold up to what they
Man, The Postman had so much potential right up until the third act.
I don't remember anything about the movie. I know I watched it in theaters and I don't remember
like
anything
where
about it.
we're supposed to go, and it just didn't go there.
It's one of the. I agree with that. The Postman falls off. It just they stopped knowing what to do and just continued making.
Like where the story should have went, they just didn't feel like doing it. They just like, we're just gonna end it. There should be just a fight between the two.
They just grabbed the script from another movie and finished with that.
Right. It's just they had so much potential. The setup was, the first two acts were great, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Tom Petty as himself in it. I mean, what?
And Tal, I'm glad you brought up Waterworld because that really is a great example of one of those movies. Just this weird kind of movie.
Yeah, just like this, post-apocalyptic kind of like, 90s 2000s spin on, oh no, the world ended again.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4, 6. Yeah, I still enjoy the movie, but again, I enjoy it because of the nostalgia, right? I enjoy it because of not because of its filmmaking, prowess.
We had somebody at work that had never seen movies, basically. Like we went down and we ended up writing down this massive list of movies on dry erase board. Like, you've never seen this, you have to watch it.
Right.
And there were only a couple movies that didn't make it on there. Something like Jurassic Park or Forrest Gump. Like these were somehow marked safe. Like they saw that, they hadn't seen anything else. But the first ones that we made them watch, I think it was like Princess Bride and Back to the Future and a bunch of that. And then their kid loved Back to the Future and watched all of it. And that became a big thing at work. So that's kind of cool.
You Captain America him with a list.
But it sort of. But we left off a lot of things. Like we didn't put any Star Wars, any of that stuff on there. But we put things that are just landmark movies, good or like culturally significant. And then they just started going through it. And, it's nice to hear that a lot of it landed. But like Gladiator, like they enjoyed that. They enjoyed American History X and so on. Like for, like everything that's up there.
I don't know. I think of a movie that I think is really bad that I will watch that people probably love or hate as of like modern times is History of the World Part 1. I love Mel Brooks and I know he's like not for everyone, but that movie just floors me every single time. I don't know why.
I don't think I would recommend it to people, but it is good.
Mel Brooks is gonna be like 100 when Spaceballs 2 comes out or something. 'Cause
Yeah,
they finished
yeah.
filming. He's gonna
Yeah.
Whew. Just hang on for the premiere, guy, please. Just hang on.
What was the what's the guy's name?
What guy?
Oh, so they just had the interview with Josh Gad on I don't know if you've seen this. So it's talking about how he pitched the movie to Mel Brooks. So it's just, I don't know how true this is. So he's doing an interview with Seth Meyers, and he's talking about, like, he watched the original Spaceballs, and then he's talking to his kid, and the kid's like, all right, let's watch the next one. Because in Spaceballs, they're like, hey, we're gonna have the next Spaceballs movie. You go watch what happens in the next Spaceballs movie. So he just assumed that it happened. And so he had, he's like, oh, he's telling the story. Seth Meyers like, oh, I went home and I had this dream, and then I wrote this screenplay and I sent it to Mel Brooks, and Mel Brooks called me back and he said, we're going to make it. He's waiting for somebody to give him a script. And I was like, I don't know how believable this is, but yeah, supposedly that's who pitched him on Spaceballs 2 recently.
Olaf saved the day.
Yes, apparently.
I think I like it less when you say it like that.
You're welcome.
Oof.
Yeah, our list is like, for the movies Dave has to watch, it's got close to 200 movies on it. So he's not going to watch all of it.
Did you recommend the Goonies to him? Because that's another good one.
Yep, Goonies is on here.
So is this list in like any particular order?
No, so we put it in like categories. So like you could decide, kind of like a Blockbuster system, where you can decide what type of thing you want to watch. So that way it's not just figuring out what it is. So like it's
makes sense.
Classics, sci-fi, fantasy, comedy, horror, or whatever, right? Yeah, it's funny. The thing he watched that he was really excited about, and it just kind of crossed my mind because he's talking about, like, he's like, oh, I really like this movie and I really like that movie and I like James Cameron. I was like, oh, you know what you'll like? And so we had him watch The Abyss, which is obviously more psychological than an Aliens movie.
The Abyss is phenomenal.
Yeah, he liked it a lot. But it's very, it's one of those movies that stands up to time, because it's not just about the special effects. It's more about, like, the cinematography and the spooky atmosphere the whole movie sets up. Yeah.
If you want to give Ed Harris a panic attack, just say Abyss in his ear, and he'll have a panic attack, because all the people working in that movie were just
traumatized.
It was a hell of a shoot.
Yeah.
Movie scared me as a kid was Deep Blue Sea. I don't know why, because it's such a shitty movie. just I was afraid to get in pools for like a year after I saw that movie.
That was the one with LL Cool J, right?
Yeah.
It had Samuel Jackson.
But see, the thing, but Mike, sometimes you don't have to be in the pool. The shark will just jump out of the water and get you anyway.
He gives his big speech, his facial speech, and just eats them.
That's
just not a thing. Grab them.
That's one of the best. Look, that's not a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's a good popcorn kind of movie.
It's not.
But that scene is, for me, it's one of my favorite scenes in a movie ever. It's fantastic.
The movie had a good musical score, but yeah, it's not great.
But like, look, if I walk into a room and somebody has that on, I want to sit down and finish that movie. Unlike other things where I don't want to change the channel, I want to throw the TV out the window.
I'm just noticing how many post-apocalyptic movies there are on this list.
Armageddon,
half of it.
It's like half of it. But it's a lot of the sci-fi stuff. It's like this, Johnny Mnemonic, Demolition Man, 12 Monkeys, Children of Men, Blade Runner.
I mean, a lot of these are made in the same time stretch too.
Pitch Black, which I think they're making another one of. Another Riddick.
Another Riddick movie?
They are making another Riddick movie.
Okay.
He's really going back to the well, huh?
Supposedly.
Started back in another Triple X.
Amazing.
Yeah, Dark City, District 9. Yeah, that whole sci-fi section is just like, hey, the world ended. Come watch. There's
Dark
a District
City.
10 supposedly in production.
I love Dark
I'll
City.
believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
And for anybody that hasn't seen that movie, it has to be the director's cut. Do not
Which one
watch
is
the
it?
theatrical. Dark City.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It has to be director's cut.
I've heard that.
Yeah, the theatrical is it's not good. It's different in a bad way. It's not how that movie was made to be seen.
Wasn't it District 9 that gave us the test footage for a Halo live action, like way back in the day? Like they did like a proof of concept for Halo.
Yeah, the director had done a bunch of the live action shorts for Halo 3 before it had come out, and it was supposed to be proof of concept for a movie.
Forward
Right, that's
Dawn
what I mean.
was such
Yeah.
a good series too.
And whatever the
watch
case,
that
it just never
sometimes.
happened.
And
I
then we
agree.
got the Halo TV show.
Forward Unto
Yeah.
Dawn had
I don't
Forward
know
Unto
how
Dawn
we
had the
would-
right idea, and then
Yes,
they
it
did the
did.
other one where they had to stay in the darker, lighter, whatever the hell it was. That movie was kind of meh.
I
but
just
still
understand
better
how we
than the
went
Halo
from
show.
Forward Unto Dawn into the Halo series. How did we go from here's something that's really good to John now has sex with people and takes his helmet off and
Master
He took his
Cheeks.
helmet off, I
Master
said,
Cheeks.
Oh no.
We
Oh,
got
no.
Master Cheeks.
Well, the whole point of Master Chief, he's supposed to be the player, right? So whoever the player is supposed to be able to transpose themselves as Master Chief. So once he took his helmet off, it's like, oh, he's just some dopey white guy. You know, it doesn't.
You know, the sins of that TV show go a lot deeper than just him taking his helmet off. I could have got over him taking his helmet off. Look,
It was bad before he took his helmet off.
Yeah.
There's too much wrong there. Like no effort. Like visually, they it's funny. Like the art department understood the assignment, and everybody
Right.
else, they didn't drop the ball. They threw it across the room and shattered a window.
it's almost like when they killed Han Solo in The
No,
Force
it's
Awakens.
Worse. Like everybody knows Harrison Ford's a cranky old man. He didn't want to be in the movies, and that was part
He
of that
really
deal.
didn't. He was there for a paycheck.
But with Halo, it's just
Harrison-
fuck this. Do what we
Harrison
want.
Ford said he didn't want to be Han Solo anymore back in the 90s.
Yeah, his favorite role was Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
dumbass,
like-
your laptop. I just closed my laptop screen on me for some reason.
Oh, good idea.
Dumbass, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I feel like a Star Wars equivalent to Halo would be like, well, sure, Starfleet's in Star Wars now. Like, why not? And some Klingons. Let's put that in the next Cantina scene because
Don't
reasons.
even get me started about Star Trek.
But then it's the whole movie.
But yeah, real quick, I could have got over the helmet thing. Most of these actors, they don't like taking roles in masks where they don't take their helmet off.
Well, that's why
I watched Endgame the other day, right? I don't know why, I just put it on. And how many times Tom Holland takes his mask off and Iron Man takes his mask off in the middle of a fight. Every chance they get, they take their mask off, right? They just do so they get their face out there. It's a thing with actors. You know, I think it's part of the contracts that they sign.
Well,
What's
even-
his name? Carl Urban was it him who did the Judge Dredd?
yeah.
I give him credit because he's one of the few that I remember that was willing not to take his helmet off.
Because he understood.
But it's rare. It's rare. Like, go back, like, seriously, pay attention to those MCU movies. How many times, every 2 seconds, helmets off, helmets off, helmets off, helmets off to talk, and then it's right back on. Like, you can't talk through your helmets?
Like
I
at
guess
least
not.
At least when it's like
Right.
Iron Man or War Machine flying around, they have inside the helmet view to show their
Yes.
face.
Mm-hmm.
And I give them, credit for doing that. Like you're keeping like the mask down, and it makes sense. Like it's
Right.
thematic.
At least,
and all
at
that.
least it works.
But the Halo had way deeper sins than just the helmet. Is really what I'm saying.
Well, with
Yeah.
Halo, all you have to do is you don't have to hire an actor. You hire a bunch of stuntmen to be to wear the suit, because you can get any idiot to wear the suit, right?
and then
So
they
you
just
hire a bunch
toy.
of stuntmen to wear the
Yeah.
suit, and then you don't have to have an actor. They have to have his face.
Hired the game actor. You hired the game the dude who did the games for the voice, and you're good. People have their Halo, right?
Yeah.
But no, we're good. Let's show him clapping cheeks and fucking doing all the other stupid shit. Let's put humans in the Covenant, and
Right, that was dumb too.
the whole thing was bad. I didn't even watch season 2. When I heard season 2, he didn't even wear his armor the entire season. He was armorless the whole season.
Yeah,
like,
that's
Which is just even like it's like, yeah, we hear the complaints of season 1, but guess what? We're gonna double down now.
Yeah.
You don't
because
like the
you know-
helmet? Guess what? Now there's no armor. You know?
because you're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And what happened? Canceled.
Good.
Get rid of the Mjolnir armor, you get rid of Master Chief, as far as I'm
Yep.
concerned.
Well, they just like the whole thing though. They don't know what they're doing. Like they get the general world building, everything about it wrong. All the weapons and stuff. Nothing made the correct say sounds and stuff, and that's a very surface thing. But like the way you use the weapon, things that were like a battle rifle is not full auto, as an example. Like you don't do that. And they might as well have done the same thing with everything else. Like, oh, rocket launcher, infinite ammo, boom, 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 boom. Video game rules. But even Cortana, like they didn't. All you had to do was get her voice and put the fucking like digital character or whatever. And they're like, nah, that's okay. Let's just paint Jen Taylor blue.
That whole Cortana thing was horrible. Just no. I'm glad it's canceled. That show was one of the worst things I've ever watched.
Yeah,
because it was supposed to be Halo. Like we spoke about this before. If we were to take that same exact show, right, and just rename it something else that's not supposed to be Halo, it actually might have been a decent show, a decent sci-fi show to watch.
But instead, you botched it, and it's pretty disappointing because you have these other game adaptations that come out, and like the Fallout show, for example, and it's fine. Like it can be done. It can.
I think it's
done.
interesting when you get a director that cares about the product, or someone that's trying to get a paycheck.
Halo, they said it. These the writers and whatever, they never played the game and they never read any of the books. So why are they doing the show?
Because the execs read a book that said we get writers that aren't familiar with the subject matter, and
it works better, right? If we get someone,
all the studios were doing it. They all have subscribed to the same philosophy. And we're going to get writers that don't know anything about the subject matter, and they'll come up with new and unique stories, and we'll just plug these characters into them. And that's what they did.
It didn't work.
I'm serious. I'm not even.
No, you're right. You're right, and it didn't work.
And
video adaptations are hard.
All you had to do is take these same scripts, call it something else, and you could have created a brand new IP that might have been very successful.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you shoot yourself in the foot because you're pissing off and pissing on a large portion of what your fan base is going to be with that brand name recognition. And when they turn away and you lose that audience, you might as well have cut the crowd in half. What good is that for you?
Especially something like Halo, it's a household name, but mostly amongst the gaming community.
Yeah.
Right. It's not, the name itself is not going to be pulling in what we call the norms or whatever. Right. They're not flocking to go see this TV show.
Oh, shit.
You know, your fan base is, like you said, cut. And I mean, I think we had this conversation a couple weeks ago about what successful video game adaptations have been done, and I don't think there's a lot of them.
No.
Halo is something that should have been done, should have been easy to do. It's a fucking sci-fi shoot 'em up show, right?
It's slam dunk.
It shouldn't have been hard to do a Halo. Resident Evil, I don't think should have been hard to do. Whether those movies were financially successful or not, that franchise was not.
Something with the Resident Evil, though, I think I said it maybe when we brought it up too, but Capcom wanted them to be specifically different than the game because they thought that if it was exactly like the game, it wouldn't be interesting for people and it wouldn't do well. That's why they made it different on purpose. That's actually kind of strange because that's coming right from them, not even studio level.
Yeah, but I think but I understand they were able to I think so. I think what carried the Resident Evil through so many movies are the horror fans out there. It's a zombie movie, right? So let's go see it. But you kind of aggravated the gaming community with those movies who stopped going to see it. You could have done it, and this is what I've always said, you don't have to alienate half your audience to be successful. The horror fans are going to go see it anyway. It's a zombie fucking movie.
Yeah.
But now make sure you keep the video game fans happy, right?
It's going to be really
And do it
interesting to
successful.
think of voice.
And you got both. Not hard.
Because they're
I mean,
doing
Resident
something
Evil at
with
the time, I
Legends.
think all you really needed to do, if you didn't want to be just like the game, or those first couple games, you could have done it more, in terms of, say, a prequel, Umbrella developing, and then having this virus take over inside their laboratories under this mansion.
Even
And
if
all that.
you,
Like you could have told that story that leads up to the game.
yeah,
or
even if you wanted to make new stories, at
Yeah.
least use characters that we were familiar with.
Yeah. Yeah, not a one in that first movie.
Wesker. I think Wesker was in the first movie. A version
Really?
of Wesker, I think.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's
Unless
still a
it's like, if
successful
it's the very end,
franchise.
I don't know. I don't think so.
There's another game coming out in January, Requiem now. I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I've played all of them. I own all of them. The remakes have been great, so I'm looking forward to the new one. But yeah, the shows were a little disappointing. Well, the movies were disappointing. Did anyone watch the Netflix version? That Netflix series that they tried to make?
I've heard of it.
No.
I watched like 2 episodes. It's like, oh, this is even worse. Like, this is even worse. But yeah, Fallout. I have not started watching season 2 of Fallout yet. I don't know why.
I didn't actually finish the first.
It was good. It was
Oh yeah, no,
enjoyable.
I agree. I just didn't make time for it.
So they did say, I think the next Fallout game will actually make a reference to the Fallout TV show.
Okay.
Because the show takes place in New Vegas, doesn't it? Or close to New Vegas?
Yeah.
The second
Yeah.
season does, I think. Yeah.
They've been more or less.
Gotta connect everything. Gotta connect everything.
I feel like Fallout is the one game series that Bethesda somewhat takes seriously. I don't think they take Elder Scrolls seriously, considering they've relaunched it like 25 times at this point. I mean, it's between them and The Last of Us 2 that's going for the most relaunches of any video game.
Last of Us was good though. I think that was a successful adaptation of a video game. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
the series.
And the
So on
changes they
HBO.
made sense. on the
Worked.
TV show.
Exactly. It worked. The changes worked. They knew their material and they did it right. And all those people who weren't familiar with the game got all pissed off when Joel died.
Whoa, Joel dies?
Yes, it was.
Oh, spoilers.
It reminded me a little bit of the people who never read the Game of Thrones books before it came out when Rob
yeah.
died.
Oh yeah.
And everybody had the red wedding and everybody lost their shit. And I was like, I remember my wife being like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
I knew it was coming when we watched it.
I knew that was coming."
Now, speaking of spoiler stuff, Nate, how far did you get in the Mighty Nine episode season there?
I just went and looked down to see where they ended the because I've watched the campaigns, right? So I went and
Yeah.
checked to see what I've done 3 episodes so far with Beth. It's one of those shows where we're like, hey, let's watch it together because I love the material and she likes it. So it's one of those shows we can watch together. And then she's like, oh yeah, we'll watch it tomorrow night. Oh, we'll watch it tomorrow night. We'll watch it, and then we just fall behind, right?
That's what Fallout was for me.
Yeah, exactly, right. This is why you don't get to finish it. And then I get in trouble if I watch it by myself. This I'm less unless heard about it. So I've made it through 3 episodes. And then I just checked just now to see where they ended this, because again, that's a good example of a show that doesn't follow the source material exactly, but since it's the same people who made the source material who are making the show, they do a very good job of like making sure it fits thematically, feel visually. The characters are obviously their characters.
So like,
But
I know nothing about the source material, right?
Yep.
Never watched any of it, but Vox Machina and Mighty Nine have been 2 amazing shows so far.
Yeah, they've been great. They did Vox it suffers a little bit from, so it's funny. So they're on campaign 4 now, right? Of the 3 campaigns, everybody loves the original campaign, Vox Machina, right? It suffers a little bit of like the story they tell is kind of a, the D&D trope. It's just, hey, these are things that always happen in D&D, and this is what they do, and this is what the characters do, because it was their first time kind of playing through in front of people. The second campaign, which is the Mighty Nine, is very character heavy. The campaign suffered a little bit from the story kind of going all over the place, and they've talked about this. They're making a conscious decision to kind of like nail down the story and give it more backstory and give it more like context, or give it more material, more source material, because it was kind of, a rampant. The cast was when they did the campaign, they were very, we're not going to do that. We're going to go off and do this, and Matt just had to be like, okay, and follow them.
And that's a question that I had about it, because in the first couple episodes, what I would expect is
everybody meets in a tavern.
all NPC stuff or backstory to everything that's going on. Not whatever's not to do with the main characters.
Yeah.
With I can't think of, was it the Kreen Kingdom or whatever it is?
Kreen Dynasty.
So all of that stuff, how was that handled when they were like broadcasting their shows versus how we're getting the information here? It just wasn't.
It wasn't. So you're getting a lot more. Yeah. So they handle because in the last episode they do kind of do that heist thing to get the beacon, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen like that in the show. They witness the beacon in the campaign. They witness the beacon being stolen. They intervene and they get the beacon during this intervention of the thing being stolen because the person who's stealing it dies. So it's very not explained. They don't know what they have. They don't know any of this backstory that we as a viewer know. And it wasn't presented to like characters like Bo weren't actively hunting it. She was doing something else. Like, so they've done some of this material in Dark Horse Comics, like they did with Vox Machina, where they did a bunch of origin stories stuff to kind of give you more background. And because they weren't sure on how all this played out, they weren't sure that Vox Machina was gonna stick around, the TV show. Right? They did a Kickstarter, Amazon picked it up. They're like, great, we can do this. They were like, we don't know how many seasons we're gonna get. We don't know how long this is gonna last. We don't know anything. So they kind of crammed the story. They kind of compressed the story of Vox Machina a bit. With the second campaign, like, oh, we got this in the bag now, right? We've got Vox Machina is going to finish all its seasons. We need to take time with Mighty Nine and develop these characters' backstories, because, it was that sort of like the original campaign was like, hey, you meet these characters in a tavern and you don't know anything about them, literally. And so they kind of meet in the town that the circus is in, and then they go to the circus. Obviously what happens in the circus happens, and then they're framed and all this stuff goes down, and that's how the story starts. That's the starting point of the original story in the campaign. And they said, well, we want to go to a longer format. We want to go to a 45-minute format versus the 20-minute format. We want to go to not having this 150 episode campaign crushed down into a couple seasons. We want to stretch it out, and so they're taking their time to to tell the story and to explain the characters a bit. Because it's the sort of thing where if you watch it as a campaign, the characters don't necessarily have, and I have a good example of this, the characters don't necessarily have a ton of backstory at the beginning, right? When you play D&D, the characters develop the backstory over time because you improvise it. Because, especially a table like this, they yes and each other a lot. So one of the jokes that I love is how Caleb is a dirty, smelly wizard. The reason Caleb's a dirty, smelly wizard is because Laura Bailey made a joke about Caleb smelling like shit in the game, and they just ran with it. Like, his backstory wasn't, oh, I keep getting knocked into piles of manure and I therefore smell bad. He's became a dirt wizard because Laura Bailey made one joke at the table. So like, and that was not at the beginning, like it happened a while away or a couple episodes in. So they do a lot of like development of character over the whole arc. And so if you're doing that and you try to do it in a TV show format, it would be hard, right? You could hint at stuff, but they have to be a little bit more explicit. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. Like when you watch the old campaigns, the characters aren't as developed. Everything's really awkward at the beginning. The characters are really awkward together to some degree, just like any normal D&D table. And you can't have that in a TV show. And there's like, there's stuff you developed in campaign that's 70 episodes into it that you don't want to wait 70 episodes of a TV show or however many episodes seasons you have to get through to get to that information. They give it to you up front. So that's kind of what they were doing with that, and it worked out good. I liked it. It makes more sense to someone. I'm sure it's very different to someone who doesn't know the characters or know the story to watch that and kind of be like, to me it feels spoon-fed a little bit, but again, it's because I know how it plays out. I know why they're doing it, where they're going with the story. So yeah, I'm assuming it makes a little bit more sense, or it is still kind of mysterious to people who don't know. Like when I watch it with Beth, I try not to be like, oh, that's funny because
yeah.
thing we haven't learned yet. Oops. So
well, like one of the funny things I keep in mind is what you had told me when something ridiculous happens or something, I just attribute, oh yeah, somebody rolled dice bad, and that's why some funny fuck up happens.
Yeah, that happens into the story a lot. Yeah. Like there'll be later. There's just weird stuff. Like in Vox Machina, there was like, they all rolled bad trying to get through a door in Whitestone, and they couldn't get through the fucking door, and it became like an end game boss, BBEG. It was a door. They couldn't get through the door, and it was the door of a house. And they reference that in the TV show ever so slightly. There's one scene where they have the door. There's going to be stuff in this show for the same reasons. Like they'll become obsessed with whatever, and you're just like, why are they obsessed with this? It makes no sense. It's because there was a TV show. It was a campaign thing. So there's a lot of inside jokes and a lot of nods to bad roles.
So you had gone and you've only, like you said, you watched the first 3. You read like summary or whatever for the rest of it?
Just to see so I wouldn't spoil anything. So I wanted to see where they had gotten up to.
I can't wait till you get to the end then, because animation, I'm not saying anything for anybody that didn't watch it, but animation wise, that has to be fun if anything even remotely like that was going on in the campaign or otherwise, because visually very fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I'd say arguably more interesting than some of the fights and things that were going on in Vox Machina. Much more grounded, I would say, in Vox Machina.
Yeah, the magic in this is very. They did that intentionally. They've talked about that. They want the art style to be more 80s, more teal and blue and purples and flashy, and like it's supposed to have a different feel from the other show. Even the music, right? They want the music to be very different from the first show, so they feel disconnected, because otherwise you would just have more of the same show, because the characters are are played very differently, right?
And something that I ran into, because it does they take care of it, I guess, sooner than not. There was something that happened in Vox Machina when they were in the Fey realm, and I asked you about it. You just said, "Don't worry about that right now. Something you'll know later." And they do have that reveal. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I remembered it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that's a fun one. Yeah, there's a lot of like random stuff. That's campaign references. For example, it's a kind of a campaign. Oh, I can't say that. There's a lot. They have stuff for this campaign because they do, like, even just recently they had an event for these characters, a live event, and that sort of stuff follows for years. I really enjoyed. We'll see if they get to it, but I really enjoy campaign 3. So campaign 1, the D&D trope is very kind of like, we're off to kill the dragons, and then whatever else they're going to do next, I'm not going to say. And then campaign 2 is, hey, we're silly characters now, except for Liam, who's still going to play a sad boy. and then they go to campaign 3, and the story's really good. And it's kind of overlooked because people were like, hey, I really like those campaign 2 characters. I really miss them. So I'm not going to watch campaign 3. So campaign 3 had a huge viewership falling off because they weren't playing silly characters that they played in campaign 2. And people missed those characters so much. They just didn't like campaign 3. A lot of my friends couldn't get into campaign 3 because they weren't playing the same characters. Like, it's kind of like when you listen to an audiobook, you get to the next audiobook and it's a new voice, and you're just like, and it takes you a while to get into that like mode of listening to the book.
Yeah.
It was the same thing for a lot of people. They had a lot of trouble. A lot of viewers had a lot of trouble like wrapping their heads around campaign 3. And campaign 3 does a beautiful job of tying together campaign 1, campaign 2, and campaign 3 at the end. The story comes full circle for a lot of this stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what they do when they get that far. And then campaign 4 is separate because it's a whole different world. But yeah, there's a lot of lore there, and it's a show that does a very good job of taking the source material, understanding I can't do 4-hour episodes like the campaign did, or 150 of them, and telling the story a different way without pissing off the fans, because it's their show. So I think they know.
But also the way that they're telling it, I think it makes sense, especially like if you want to do it cinematically to any fashion, because you can't do it exactly like the campaigns, and probably not in that order either.
No, and they deviate. Like Vox Machina deviates a lot time-wise, but that deviated a lot time-wise because they weren't sure if they were going to get how many seasons they were going to get. Like, they did the Kickstarter as one episode. They did, we're going to get a season or 2. We're not going to be, and then they just kept getting renewed. So they're like, okay, well, we have time to work out what this next section is going to be. So they were careful about this one.
Yeah, I think it's supposed. They're saying 5 seasons total to finish Vox Machina.
So 2 more.
Yeah,
so it'll be like 2 more seasons, which is good. I'm glad it's getting done. It'll get finished.
The end.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the end is nice.
I hate waiting 2 years between seasons, but that's just the way the world works these days.
Yeah, Sam. They had other issues, right, with Sam, kind of going through cancer treatment for this last beginning of Vox Machina, or the last scene of Vox Machina and the beginning of this Mighty Nine show. So they had a lot of time where he was not available for stuff. There's this big moment in campaign 3 where they're like, well, I don't want to say this. It's spoilers, but it's a ways away. You might forget by then. But
earmuffs, everybody.
Yeah, earmuffs. They're gonna this is a very emotional scene in campaign 3 where Sam's going away for cancer treatment in real life. And so they've got to write his character out for a bit or for permanent, or they just got to figure out how to get him back out. And as you're watching this campaign, you don't know that. So you don't know that that's what he's going to leave to do, because he doesn't talk about it till he comes back, which is a big deal. But that was all happening during the making of Mighty Nine, and he was going through all that. So it's all a lot for the effort they put in, because it's crazy that it just happened to work out, and they've handed off the reins for campaign 4 a bit, which is again phenomenal so far. They have a lot of the lore that happens in between the 2 shows and with the 3rd campaign. I'll be interested to see if they've integrated some of it, but they did mini art campaigns with Brennan Lee Mulligan doing which I recommend watching for anybody who's a fan of the show, because they're or D&D actual play. Which ones did he do? He did Calamity. Not that. D&D Critical. Where's Brennan's arcs? Critical Role Productions.
Yeah, I hope that never happens. That Welcome to Derry was really fucking good.
It was so good.
It really was. So
the reference that Brennan is he's the DM for campaign 4 because Matt's taking a break from DMing because again they're so busy doing everything. And so Brennan did Exandria Unlimited, which is like Calamity, and then Divergence, and it's a bunch of like story arcs that take place around stuff we haven't really talked about. They haven't really talked about in Vox Machina too much in the show, but it has to do with like a little bit they talked about it, but like the gods versus the what happens 1,000 years or 2,000 years before the show, and they were just these like 4 episode vignettes that he did that are just that Matt gave him permission to do that are really like tie everything together. And then the last one is really good because it ties together Matt playing one of the characters and it kind of like a send off of that whole Exandria, because again that's all wrapped up in campaign 3 to some degree. But yeah, Calamity is well worth watching if you want to watch actual play. Yeah, Downfall, Calamity, and Divergence were the 3. Yeah, Brendan's style is very different than Matt's. So if we ever get to his version of the show, it'll be a little darker.
Good ways off from that.
Yeah, and it's a different world too. So
Sure.
it's not even Exandria.
But even now, I mean, there's with campaign 3 being done, there's no reason they couldn't start work on that if they wanted to. But then I don't know. I would think maybe by the time Vox Machina's done, like it airs its last season. Have they talked about it?
No, I'm going to assume they're doing it. Yeah, you wouldn't imagine they could do too much at once, right? Because it's the same kind of animation house and like them.
Well, it's just like that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
because you're less just writing stuff, but you have to go back and like listen to your things and like make sure you got it all right.
Right, they're producing, right? So they're like they're in charge of how it turns out.
Which is a good thing here, getting to actually produce your own freaking material. Like like jumping back on like video game talk, if you let the people that actually made these games, like within the publishers and developers, like if any of them were allowed to work on stuff, because they aren't, they don't hire those people. Even the people that might have scored a game, if you wanted to bring them in for some music, they don't do that. But if like you brought people in and let them actually help adapt something, I don't know why would you not do that? Like that's the people that they know it the best.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to remember too, like a lot of the thing that this is a little bit interesting too. So, right, so this spans 12 years. How many years is Critical
Since
Role?
they've been doing like their shows, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's spanned a long time. If you picture like a video game house, like you have so many people rotate in and out of that in 12 years. It wouldn't even be the same. And a lot of games fall off because that core group is not there anymore. Halo being a prime example of that.
No, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, 2012 is.
But you have the same majority of people that worked on at least the first 3 there. With that one as an example.
Right. Yeah, started in 2015. So yeah, 10 years. So yeah, it's them babysitting and watching over it. The Amazon thing is different too, because it's not like it's not something that's funded or controlled by Amazon. It's funded by Amazon. It's and published by Amazon, but it's not controlled by Amazon. They were very clear in the beginning to not they weren't buying the property, they weren't renting it, they weren't that's not what they wanted to do when they joined it. And I think because they saw when they did the Kickstarter, when Critical Role did a Kickstarter, right, they made $12 million for their Kickstarter to make one episode, and that's when they made Travis play CEO and be like, hey, this is a lot of money, we need to figure something out. And they reached out to Amazon, and Amazon was like, "Yeah, let's go do something." Because that's not how shows normally get made.
No, it's definitely uncommon.
Yeah.
Look at Rings of Power, whatever that abomination is.
Yeah, or Wheel of Time. It's that same sort of like, we know better. We're going to make a TV show, and you're going to like it.
No one ever knows better. It hasn't worked for like decades that you know better.
Right.
Because you're wrong.
Yeah, the one that kind of interests me / worries me is, so like with the Wheel of Time thing they brought in. So Wheel of Time is written by Robert Jordan. It was finished by Brandon Sanderson, who's another prolific writer, right? And they brought him in to kind of consult and talk about it. And he was like, "Hey, I like what they're doing. Like, their heart's in the right place, but it's definitely going to be treated by the fans as like this, separate telling of a different story. It's the multiverse Wheel of Time. It's not the actual book Wheel of Time, because it's so different of the choices they made right at the beginning." He's trying to get some of his stuff made, which is really ambitious. So he's trying to get the Mistborn story told. He's trying to get Way of Kings told, and it's just all this like epic fantasy. Same kind of idea of like, hey, he's Critical Role did all this world building. Brandon Sanderson has done an amazing, Brandon Sanderson has done an amazing job of kind of doing world building and cosmere building, and he's very opinionated about how his stuff should be. And so he's gone the normal route of going to studios and pitching it for movies, and I think they've tried a couple times. They haven't got anything to land yet. We'll see on that one.
We had were they announcing, or I had seen it this week at least. I don't know how old the news was for Gears of War.
Are they making a Gears of War show?
I think it was a movie, is what I was seeing.
I was so worried about that.
Animated TV series I'm seeing for Gears of War.
I think it's both.
Oh.
Let's see. Gears of War.
I feel like I'd seen live movie.
I would just feel like the Locust Horde would be better served as a movie than a TV show.
In development with Netflix by the John Wick director.
Interesting.
I think Batista has something to do with this.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play what's his name?
Marcus?
Yeah.
I mean, he has to.
I can see that. I don't got a problem with Batista. I usually don't like wrestlers turned actors. They usually suck.
But me a lot was John Cena as an actor. Oh God,
yeah, horrible. The Rock. I don't think he's really good either. But no, yeah, I could see Batista being Marcus Phoenix. Big fan of those games. I'm looking forward to E-Day when it comes out. I'll play it. That could be a very interesting movie, TV show, if done right. That's always the question.
Got a fun story about Gears of War. When I had my first Xbox 360, I got Gears of War as like my first game that I got with it. Learned that this is the Red Ring of Death Xbox before they fixed it with the newer version of the 360, right? The laser that read my games was so strong that it was burning up CDs for my games.
It was making a hole in it, right? It was making like a ring on the game, right?
I went through 3 copies of the game in 2 weeks thinking that, there was just something wrong with the CD. Mind you, I was like a sophomore in high school. I realized, it's the Xbox. There's something wrong with the Xbox.
So my 360 never got the red ring of death on it, but it was chewing up my Call of Duty games because we were playing them so much. I was getting the burnt in ring on the actual disc itself.
Yeah. Man, I remember back when Microsoft's customer support was actually decent. I sent the Xbox in and they repaired it. and then they gave me like 3 or 4 free months of Xbox Live and gift cards, Xbox Gold. I was like, oh, this is nice. I think the original Gears of War game scared the shit out of me too. I think there's a mission you had to walk through the dark. I can't remember that. Just whatever that was scared the hell out of me. I think you were walking down a street and there were like little locust swarms coming, and you had to go to burning trash cans to like stop the locusts from attacking. I was like, okay, good, creepy as hell. Playing alone in the dark in my basement, thinking people are gonna jump out of the dark corner and abduct me into a hole beneath the ground. And
No, it will always be the first Resident Evil game that freaked me the fuck out. When them dogs came jumping through the fucking window.
Yeah, you got that, and because there's another early one.
Jumping, like, just jump like, what the
I remember
you got me.
I remember there's a hall, and you walk past it, but the vantage point has it like you're looking through the window inside, and you can see like a shadow of a zombie on like the hallway. So you're expecting it to happen, but it doesn't. But you go on, you go to whatever the next rooms are. When you're coming back that way again, that's when they come jumping through the window, but you forget.
Oh, and what's his name? Mr. X chasing you the whole fucking game. But if no one's ever played the remakes, they did a phenomenal job on Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 remakes. Highly recommend those.
I feel like remakes as a whole are getting better for video games. I think some video game directors are starting to realize, like, don't have to add extra shit, just like upscale and remake the game.
Oh no, they I think they did a good job with just all about everything. It's not just a remaster; it is an entire remake of the game. Mm-hmm. But it didn't lose any of its story, any of its. They just did such a good job. I think Resident Evil 1 or Code Veronica is the next remake they're working on. No one knows for sure, but we do know another remake is coming. And the new Requiem in January, I think, would be Resident Evil 9. Ooh. 9 games. Damn.
I'm surprised that there's not more.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they take their time. And this doesn't count, like, I don't think they count into Revelation games, because there's Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. So I think that gives you 11. And then Resident Evil 0 might give you 12. So... Gorgeous snowing by you?
I don't know. We were getting like ice rain earlier. Like it looks like just sheets of ice out there. I had to
How much snow are y'all supposed to get?
Nobody knows. Anywhere between 5 and 8 is what we're being told in New York.
Of inches or feet?
Inches, not feet. No.
I was like, geez, okay, never mind. We've gotten more snow than that in Kentucky so far this season.
This is, for the last couple, I'd say 4 or 5 years in New York, this is a lot. We have not been getting snow in the winter, really, over the last few years.
Meanwhile, it's been snowing a shit ton here in Kentucky, which is abnormal.
So we got like 4 inches like 2 weeks ago. Just enough to take the kid to the park and go sledding down the hills. Like right now, it's a low, and then it's supposed to pick up back up again around midnight, and go till like 8 in the morning.
Wow.
Curious what it's going to look like tomorrow then.
Yeah, same. Curious what will actually fall overnight. Whatever, I ain't gotta go nowhere.
No, same. Get past where I'm probably just moving the car so Audrey can park in the driveway.
There's a snowplow.
So, Nate, you going to have the kids shovel the driveway this year?
Every year I tell myself I'm going to get a plow. I never do.
A Mr. Plow?
No, I got a plow for my truck. Because I got like a 500-foot driveway that's uphill.
Oh, wow.
And then the frickin' 4-wheel drive of my truck broke because I roached it with the... Yeah, I'm dumb. Beth's Bronco still has 4-wheel drive, fine. But my 1994 Silverado is not doing great. The wire's shorted or something's busted in the harness. I got to go rewire it. But it's been like 20 degrees outside. And I don't want to do that when it's 20 degrees outside. So.
And where do you live?
Connecticut. Not too far from you guys.
Connecticut. Okay.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of snow down here either. I'm near the coast. Up between Hartford and Mystic kind of space. Yeah, it's been 5 years since we got a lot of snow. Yeah, I usually just drive in and out and wait till it compacts and wait till it melts and put ice melt down. And yeah, they could shovel, but again, it takes me 3 hours to shovel the driveway if I do it by hand, so I'm not going to make them do it. They come out and help and go sledding, and everything's on a hill, but yeah, they're not manual labor age quite yet. Soon. Getting there. Yeah, it's scary. Maybe next year. Hey, you want to earn $20? Hopefully then I'll have a plow by then. Unlikely.
Too many projects.
Yeah. My ADHD is crushing me. It's brutal.
My ADHD is whenever somebody says something, I just think of movie quotes that I've seen to just match along with that, and it's a struggle. A constant battle of, do I let my inner thoughts spill out and look like a jackass, or sing the movie thoughts in my head?
I mean, if it helps, I always think you're a jackass.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, to those who know me, right?
Join the club.
See, you're correct.
I like to think that I don't make it to my position in a school without being an asshole, so someone's got to keep them kids in line.
Yeah, he's the chief chef in that cafeteria, for anyone wondering.
Yep. Make sloppy joes extra sloppy.
There you go.
I made bread today I've made bread before in the past, but today was my first time using a bread machine and being lazy because I got one for Christmas. It's so easy. And it came out really good.
Yeah, I was going to ask. You sent me the picture. It's like a big bread cube.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a bread lump. Yeah, you pour the ingredients in, hit go, and come back 3 hours later to bread. It's phenomenal. A lot of it's because Ben eats a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. His spectrum, being on the spectrum, doesn't allow him to eat a lot of foods without losing his mind. So peanut butter and jellies, chicken nuggets, and French fries are pretty much what he abstains on. So,
is it a texture thing for him?
Yeah, he doesn't do sauces and no ketchup, no mustard, no sauces. He likes peanut butter and jelly for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. But I was like, oh, I'm really sick of feeding him this bread that's got all this, preservatives in it and just random shit in it. I mean, it's not, none of it's good for you. So I was like, let me try making bread. And so, yeah, it's organic flour, which is a little more expensive, but it's still cheap because you're just making the bread yourself. And
he eats it?
He hasn't tried it yet. It's the first, he's not here. But yeah, well, I'm hoping he eats it. It tastes like bread to me. It tastes good. This is the first I made loaves of bread, or tried to make white bread in the past for this reason. And it was like it was just, again, I would set it to rise, then I would get distracted and walk away and come back. And it's just this S show of constantly having to babysit this thing and not doing it right for whatever reason. And it always tasted yeasty a lot of the time. And I just got sick of doing it. And again, it fell out of my mind frame for hobby stuff. And I'd forget about it. And so this was like, hey, pour the ingredients in, wait 10 minutes, pour the rest of the ingredients in, and hit go. And I was like, awesome. And it came out really good. So
you have like a bread oven? Is that what you have, or
it's a bread machine? So it does all the kneading. It makes the dough, and then bakes it. You literally pour the water in, the sugar in, the yeast in. Then you pour in. You wait 10 minutes, wait it to foam. Then you pour your bread flour in, and your salt, and that's it. And you shut the lid, walk away, and it makes bread.
Dang.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like $100 on Amazon. So I got to make a lot of bread. But it makes like a smaller loaf, which is actually kind of beneficial because regular bread only lasts like 3 days. Right? so makes you wonder what the fuck they're putting in the store bread.
Plastic.
Yeah. So this is it here.
That's after that's rise number. It's doing rise number 3, whatever the hell that means at this point of the machine. And so it's made the dough. It's pretty good looking dough for the machine. Just has a little paddle in the bottom and just spins the paddle. Yeah, you show them the bread.
Oh, wow.
Pictures a little out of order. So this is how it looks coming out.
Yeah, it's like 8 inches tall in that picture. So it's not like a full loaf. But again, I got 3 days to eat that before it goes bad. So it's not a bad size.
Yeah.
And that's what the crumb looks like.
Looks good to me.
Yeah. Tastes great. It smelled yeasty in the house. I was a little worried it was going to come out tasting yeasty, but it doesn't. This
Looks
is bread
like
machine.
bread. Probably tastes like bread. It's bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bread machine yeast, which is again a little different than the other stuff. But yeah. I guess you can do sourdough and stuff in these things too, but most people just use the sourdough to make the dough, and then they take the dough and they bake it. So it does the rising and it makes the dough for you. You just don't bake it in this. You have to bake it still in the oven, in a Dutch oven or something.
I just want sourdough now.
Yeah, I haven't gone down that hobby road yet. I skipped it in COVID because I know I'm going to make the yeast and then get pissed when I let it die 2 weeks later. So
You're going to Kylo Ren your yeast, let it die, let it go?
Yep, let it go.
Let the past die.
Kill it if you have to.
I was reading
And
about
when
it
it doesn't
today.
work, you're going to scream at it and say you're still not listening.
Yeah. It's apparently pretty tricky. I haven't tried it yet. I mean, it's a lot of work to get it going ish, and then once you get it going, you still have to feed it once a week in the fridge. If it's sitting on the counter, you got to feed it every day. I'm just like, I'm not.
I don't know how people have like these 10-year-long sourdough feeds.
They obviously don't go on vacation. So.
Right.
Yeah.
No Disney World for them.
No.
Yeah, I might try it, but I don't know how into it I'll get because I'm gonna let it die. It's gonna happen.
Well, anyway, we're coming up pretty much about on time here. Running almost 2 hours. E, were you throwing out a Hangout link?
Yeah. You joining tonight?
Maybe.
I had to go check on the wife and see how far into her cups she is, and make her dinner more than likely.
Yeah.
I will probably go to bed just because I'm tired as shit.
Yeah.
An old man with 2 kids, like Tal, but my kids are little.
Old
and
man,
make
he
me want to
says.
die.
Don't worry, when they're older, they're going to want to make you die too.
Yeah,
That doesn't go away.
They're a different type of aggravation when they're
My
old.
my sister and brother-in-law are in town from New York, And he keeps asking me, Mike, what's it like having 2 kids? He goes, because it's killing me right now. I was like, I think I've gotten to the point where I understand I'm just always tired and I just can't sit down, because if I sit down, I feel like I'm going to die. So I'm just going to stand and walk around the entire day. Because if I sit down, I will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Awful. Let's see. You guys want to do any like where you at?
I'm
Any
here
special to
Friday
plug?
night. There you go. I'm here Friday night.
Nobody gives a shit about you. I'm talking to Mike and
Exactly.
Nate.
What's a where you're at?
Yeah, you start with your question from the beginning, where you tell us what the fuck the question means, and then ask us the question.
Oh no, I'm just asking. Like, is there anything you want to plug? Like, Mike, you do your Twitch streaming, for example.
I do, but people
Anybody
can
wants
find
to-
me if they want to. I don't want to bogart on anybody's thing.
Oh God, no, just do it, please.
Bogart.
There's no Bogart or nothing. You have something to plug, but excuse me, plug it.
Sometimes I stream like building Legos or playing WoW or playing games. My Twitch is Games with Vex, because Crom knows me as Valen, but Vex is what my thing has been for a while. So sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm not. It just depends on whether my computer can handle whatever I'm doing before I feel like I have to make a call to the fire department because something might catch on fire. So just all depends.
And everybody knows Crom as Gort.
That's a really fun story about how you and I met. I had to be like 17 rebuilding a guild in
that's a long
WoW,
time
and
ago.
that's a long, long story. Don't need to go down that rabbit
Save
hole.
it for next time.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be good. Save that kind of stuff when one of our other guys, Joe, is on. He's a big WoW guy too. Nate, what about you?
Nah, I'm boring, man. What the fuck? Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, you're not streaming your D&D shit yet.
No, we're taking a break from my campaign. We're back on the other DM's campaign for a while. I'm trying to get the kids into a game again. Well, let me rephrase that. The kids are trying to get me back into a game. I keep pausing to do other stuff. But yeah, no, none of that. Now that they have computers, it's very possible they're going to want to start doing that, because that's all they, that's their form of entertainment. So yeah, possibly soon, but not yet.
All right. I mean, and look, the rest of us, we're here every other Friday night on the Hangouts, and then the other Fridays we're Realm Hatton Project. Very exciting show.
Since I said sarcasm.
Maybe it'll be more fun in 2026.
Maybe we'll stop with the good enough mindset.
Yeah. But I think that good enough. That's what makes it fun for us.
My superpowers clicked again, and all I think of is to pick a destiny when they put Jack Black in the simulator of all the fake people he thinks are his mom and dad, and Kyle Gass goes, "Turn it off. He's had enough." I don't know why that popped in my head, but it did.
Well, thanks for sharing. All right, we'll see everybody next year. Y'all have a happy New Year.
All right,
Yeah.
too.
To everybody.
Yeah.
Mike, Nate, Eric, thanks for coming on tonight, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always welcome.
happy to keep seats warm.
I'm gonna push the button.
Boop. Push it.
Say it with me now. Really?